I love you.
I love you more.
I love you most. I see there's a few of you guys here now. I might as well start talking now that there's actually people to listen. Um, I'm I'm just chilling in the car, trying to work DoorDash with my husband. I hold the orders in my lap, and my husband. I'm gonna show your face really quick. This
Whoa.
sexy man, he does all the driving and hands the orders to the customers. So we work as a team, and we are waiting for orders to come our way, and it's been slow, but we're hoping it'll pick up. I'm very happy to help you. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but um, you in Russia, I appreciate you letting me know that I've helped you that much. It makes putting myself out here worth it to me, and I appreciate all of you. If my being honest about my struggles and how I have to cope with those struggles helps another person cope with their struggles, then I feel like I'm living a life with purpose and reason and not just letting life slip by as an observer. God's really been God and my husband have been pushing me to be more active and out here for you guys. And it's getting easier every time. You guys are making it worth it, and I thank you. Hello, Lonely. I'm hoping people will start ordering. It's approaching 5 o'clock. Or, yeah, it's approaching 5 o'clock where I am. Well, thank you, Half Romeo. I appreciate that. And love to you in India also. And yes, Half Romeo, steady wins the race. Gotta keep going even when it's hard. You might need to take a breather, but you can't stay taking a breather forever. Well, thank you guys for the kind words. Basic info about me is already written in the description. I list my age and all the important details that you guys ask me about a lot. It'll save you time reading before you ask a question. Oh, wow, hello in Argentina. That's pretty cool. It's good to see you guys here. Oh, from Long Beach. Well, good vibes to you in Long Beach as well. Well, you guys are so very sweet. I appreciate all of you guys. I look as depressed as to aspirin and box antidepressants. I don't understand the humor of that. I'm on the autism spectrum and I have ADHD and chronic pain issues that require cannabis to numb up the pain so I can somewhat function. So I'm not able to pick up on jokes or things unless it's clearly worded to be a joke or a thing. Hello, Shadow. I like that. Deer nuts are still under a buck. Heck of a deal. I'm physically tired. Sitting in the car and wanting to do deliveries and not getting very many, it's honestly tiring. And mentally we're tired, but we're keeping on. And emotionally I'm in a pretty good spot right now. Just really hoping that work picks up for us because bills are late. That's one thing that my parents didn't teach me enough about, dealing with unending bills. But hopefully you guys are doing better. Nice to see all of you guys here. Well, thank you in Australia. I had a pixie cut. You could see it in my earlier live streams from years back. And so this has grown out from a pixie cut. 4 years. I'm pretty happy with it. Whoa, Bangladesh? South Texas? Wow. It's pretty cool that you guys are all over the world and we're all in one spot on the internet at the same time. My natural color is a light ashy brown in the winter. And it turns to a turns into a golden blonde if I'm in the sun a lot. And this is faded pinkish purple hair dye. And I like the way it looks as it has faded, so I'm gonna keep it a little longer before I refresh it with another color. Yes, I love the Lord Jesus and I know He loves me. And I can say without lying, there have been many times in my life where I should have died because of circumstances I was in at those moments. But the Lord Jesus got me through every one of those moments. And He helped me. He helps me to continue growing stronger and to have a sense of peace in my heart as I do what I know I can do to help other people like you guys. I'm physically limited by multiple back problems and digestive issues and mental health struggles, and that includes really bad headaches that are throbby on the back of the head. So I'm dealing with a lot of pain and limitations. I have asked to be healed from it. He has chosen not to heal me from it, but He's chosen to give me everything I need to make it day by day and actually be able to be happy. If any of you guys are on pain management and it's not working that great, I recommend you try medical cannabis. It literally gave me a portion of my life back. I have worsening scoliosis, nerve damage, arthritis, and my pelvic bones are permanently misaligned because I was born with my right leg shorter than my left. Put all that together and I feel like I'm in burning, stabbing pain if I'm stone sober and having to move at all. I literally become crippled by pain. And it's a horrible feeling. And I know I'm not the only one that knows what that feeling is like. And I just have to say, medical cannabis and prayers to Jesus says, thank you for letting me have access to the cannabis. It helps me function. It helps block out the pain so I don't feel it. And I'm able to focus my energy and emotion on doing good things to help other people instead of trying to just make it through being in horrible pain. Gary, that's an interesting question. If I give you whatever you want, what would you? Are we talking realistic, real life scenarios or fantasy scenarios and you're a genie? That will affect my answer. Oh, have Romeo. Yeah, it's. Time zones are a funny thing when you really think about it. We've been having deep night fog here too, and it's been scary a few times. Not gonna lie. Well, thank you, Carmelo. I appreciate all the kind words. Yes, Jed, life, it is overwhelming at times. And it does help to be reminded to take a breath and to drink some water. This is your guys' cue to drink some water along with me. One, and pretty much the only side effect from cannabis that I could complain about is the cotton mouth I get. But that's remedied by drinking some water. I wish I could eat donuts. I'm one of those people with celiac disease. If I eat bread, wheat, barley, or rye, I will get extremely sick the next day. But if there were gluten-free donuts, I would love to go crazy on a whole dozen. I've only ever tried prescribed opioids, cigarettes, and cannabis. I don't do opioids because they gave me bad stomach troubles and a bad head change. And no shade to those who need it.
Wow, 72 people.
Yeah. But just trying to get through life and encourage you guys to get through your life as well. I appreciate the kind words. Hey, Steven, good to see you. I'm always in my car because we're always trying to work and earn money to pay our bills that are not going away. I like to think of myself as kind. I don't attack strangers for their appearance or anything like that. But people seem to love to take a dig at my gap in my teeth and my strong jawline. And I just want to say to those people, put yourself in my shoes. Imagine if your flaws were pointed out and made fun of. It's not a good feeling. And there's already too many reasons to have not good feelings in this world. Try not to add to that. Try to be a remedy from that for those who care about you. It'll make your life a lot better, a lot happier. And even if the stuff you're struggling with doesn't change or go away, you will find the strength and the help to get through it. Going through rough stuff is like doing a workout, lifting weights. At first, it's hard. You're weak and shaky, and you do a couple of sets, and then you're like overwhelmed because you overdid it. You gotta learn to work your way up. Tackle life problems one at a time as much as you're able to, and it'll make your life easier to handle. And I'm praying for all of you that you'll find comfort and support through whatever is giving you great pain or struggle in life. Because I've felt the effects of you guys praying for me. I feel the prayers helping. And to me, that's priceless. And I see you all as friends. And I wish I could give you all one of my biggest hugs and a thank you for being a friend to me when I am still trying to adjust to having friends. You guys make it worth it. And if I can make you half as comforted as you guys make me feel, then I'm happy to be here for you all. Oh, Vegas. Man, I miss going to Vegas. I really enjoyed seeing the, what was it? We went on a helicopter tour, and it was pretty cool. Oh, I'm catching up on comments. I'm not ignoring you guys.
Wow, over 100 people. This is a new milestone.
I feel very honored and
Yeah, you might as well just stay with the newest ones because you're just gonna get super behind if you try to do one at a time.
yeah.
There's so much people.
I really appreciate your guys' kind words and your prayers. Righteous Savage at 30 had problems since 10. Well, I appreciate you letting me know that you know what it's like. I appreciate the well wishes, and I wish the same in return for you too. Jesus is the only way to find true peace in your heart. And he has a tendency of using other people in your life to provide some of that peace. And I'm just trying to radiate as much love as I can to you guys. Because there's not enough love in this world for people who are struggling. Catching up on you guys' comments. Hey, Much Gangster, glad to see you here. South Africa, that's cool. Yeah, we're always in our car because we're always working DoorDash trying to pay bills. Identity theft ruined my husband's working name, and no employers have given his resumes a second thought, even though he is qualified for multiple different types of work. And so we stick with DoorDash.
116.
Yeah, so we're working DoorDash, and we basically live in our car during the day and then go home to our fifth wheel trailer to sleep at night. And so yeah, we're always in the car because we're always trying to earn money. Work has slowed down, so we have to work even more hours to try and hope for the same amount. It varies day to day, and so prayers that things will be more busy for us again would be very appreciated. I also appreciate any donations that you guys would want to send my way. I don't expect donations, but I know there are generous people who are able to help and want to. And I just want to welcome you to help me. No pressure though, but I would be extremely grateful. And even if you don't donate, just your kind words and your prayers are helping me immensely, and I thank you all for that. I'm catching up on your comments. I'm pinning my husband's comment to the chat window because links to his Cash App and Venmo are in that post. Links to my PayPal and Cash App are in the description of this video or live stream. Gluten-free pizza, yeah, we actually found DiGiorno brand makes a really good gluten-free pizza, and it's actually more affordable than the regular pizza. Hey, little Lars, good to see you. I'm happy to see so many names here. And I hope that I'm able to help you guys feel better, even if you just stop by for a moment. Oh, you take serotonin. Or no serotonin. That's gotta be rough, Remnant. Okay. Catching up. I know you said string cheese tapeworm, but my inner pot is like, string cheese sounds really good right now.
We got some last night.
Oh yeah, we did. O'Reilly, I understand your pain. I've been there. My heart hurts for you, girl, because I understand. Before, my wonderful, patient, sexy, funny chef and expert driver and best friend and husband, I was in a long-term relationship where I was given false promises. The guy I was with promised me marriage in the future. We just had to work on getting our finances situated first. Yeah, he dumped my ass after a year and blamed me for his struggles. So that was really great for the self-esteem. I had to call my mom and my dad to drive over to where I was parked because I couldn't drive home. I was too emotional. I know your pain, Riley, and I will be praying for you. The best advice I can give to you is let your feelings flow through you. Don't try to build a dam to hold it in. Don't try to fit them into a bottle. Think of it as like you're being a revolving door where emotions are free to come and go as they please. And when you learn to go with the flow of that, life is less painful and easier to handle. I've had to learn to embrace the negative feelings when they occur so that I can then let them go and I can welcome positive feelings instead. And it honestly has been life changing. And if my advice helps any of you guys, I'm happy to share it. I'm the kind that likes to share remedies that I know are helpful because I just like helping other people.
97 people. That's amazing. This is the most amount of people we've had in a while.
Thank you, Omar, for chiming in and letting me know that you also smoke for mental health. I can be in a super depressive low or a super angry state, any negative feeling really. I just take a couple hits off of my
Richard, she
medical.
can't.
This is my medical dab pen. This cartridge is very tasty. For you non-smokers, this is condensed extract from cannabis. And this little guy is a battery that allows me to burn and inhale this
Thank
without.
you, man from the future. Sorry, he donated $1.99.
Oh, thank you for the donation. Every bit adds up, and we appreciate you.
He helped us from the future.
Yeah, he did. I actually haven't sold any. No one's made a serious offer. It's pretty funny.
Well, since there's 90 plus people who wants to buy your feet pics.
Hey, Mukesh. It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a good time so far. Alright, I'm catching up. Yeah, people making.
You don't have to worry. I'm just turning it on so that.
Okay. Trying to catch up. My eyes are actually really dark brown. But I've had many people say they're black like a demon, and I find that amusing. Because I behave far from demon like. I prefer to be an angel as much as I can.
It's all good, JD. As a matter of fact, everyone, it's okay if you're unable to donate. If anything, we just ask for prayers.
Yeah, just the kind water. Not kind water.
You need water currently. Your body is subconsciously telling you, hey girl, drink some water. You need it, boo.
Right. But your guys' kind words and your prayers are immense help enough. Alright, I'm trying not to skip any of your guys' comments, but I'm trying to get caught up. Answers to basic questions about me are written in the description of this live
Man
stream.
from the future, thank you for the $50 dono. You are literally the biggest donation that we have ever gotten.
I am extremely grateful to you.
Holy crap.
I had hopes that we would find some generous people that could help, and I'm extremely thankful to you. That money will definitely help me with keeping my medicine in stock. Unfortunately, health insurance doesn't recognize the medicinal properties of cannabis. They try to push the synthetic cannabis, which I've heard horror stories about it not going well. And so your donation is going to help me keep my pain under control, even though bills are hard. And I thank you very much for that. You guys are all amazing to me, and I feel very supported. You guys really are amazing, and I appreciate all of you. 2 days to care about ourselves. Well, I'm struggling to like myself, and I find it easier to focus on other people as much as I am able to. But I'm working on self-acceptance with all my health issues. Oh, I love you guys too. Well, Anthony, I appreciate that. Wasp Shower, it's good to see you. I've missed you. Thank you so much for the $2. It all adds up and it all helps, and I thank you guys for that. You guys are extremely generous, and I appreciate you all. Hey Casey, it's been a while. Good to see you. Saltines. My mouth is dry as if I had a bunch of saltines. That's the only downside of smoking medical cannabis. It gives you cotton mouth. But drinking extra water quickly fixes that.
Wasp Shower. Sorry, I thought I said something. Thank you again. And I hope you're enjoying our TikToks that we've been uploading. Well, we haven't uploaded a whole lot lately, but I still see you on my page, so thank you for that. Man, man from the future. Dude, you know what we ought to start doing with people donating? It may look funny because we're out doing DoorDash and stuff. People that donate, we ought to start like writing Sharpie their username on us or something. I've seen people do that.
I'm down. Well, thank you, JFK. I appreciate that. I try to take care of my teeth, and having a sonic toothbrush, it really makes a difference. I was able to. Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm good. Matter of fact, I'm turning the car off.
I'm dumbstruck because of an order DoorDash just sent us way being insanely low.
8.7 miles for $2.55.
Would you?
That's insultingly low.
Would you drive 8 miles for $2.55, guys? Would you? Or would you just say, fuck that, I'll take the next one? Thank you, JD. I really appreciate you stopping by. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day and night.
Man, how long does that fit?
I'm extremely grateful to you guys.
I can't get over that. I'm like, how long does that last? I think, hold on, let me see. It should tell me if I try to do it myself. Come on, dude.
Thank you, Superlatero, for helping me not feel so alone in this.
30 minutes is how long his donation is going to be paying.
It's amazing.
Well, I'm thankful he's nice and was generous enough to do that, because I assume there's people that would use that and abuse it and put like something grosser. Imagine if someone just like donated $100 just for Skibidi to stay on your screen for a whole hour.
For $100, I'll deal with that.
You're like, oh no, Skibidi toilet.
I always look surprised. I have a very expressive face, which is ironic because I still struggle to read other people's faces sometimes. Being on the spectrum and having ADHD and poor socialization as a child and teenager makes life interesting, to say the least. And so my face is super expressive because I feel a lot of emotions very intensely. I couldn't keep a straight face to save my life.
Another one from Man the Future, Fiverr.
Thank you guys so much.
She said, y'all two better ride with each other till the wheels fall off. Relationships are hard and in times they hard. Hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Relationships are hard and in times they get even harder. That is very true. She can be a very big handful for such a little person.
He's not wrong. Okay, I'm trying to catch up to your guys' comments, and I'm extremely grateful for you guys. The Lars and
Hey,
JD.
Wasp Shower, dono with a tenner. Thank you very much. I realize $2 isn't good enough, so I may as well get my card out. Good to be back on the stream.
Well, I won't complain. Oh, Man in Black.
Hey.
Man in Black used to DoorDash, and he knows what we're going through.
Mm-hmm. That moment when you realize you've gotten more in donations today than we've earned all day.
You guys are blowing my mind, and I truly, and I'm
She's flabbergasted, clearly.
Words are hard. Extremely happy.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You guys are crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, Steven 250 doesn't cover anything here. What is the whitest part of a black man? His master. I love racist and dark humor. I know a ton of really dark jokes, but I try to reserve those for when people actually indicate they want to hear my dark humor, because I could get extremely offensive. I find a lot of things funny that shouldn't be, and some things that should be funny I don't find funny. I am actually turning. No, I'm not going to say. I'm going to show you the best angle of my face. And I'm going to welcome all you guys who don't know me to guess my age. Just based.
Guys, this is the angle I see her at. You should. I love you for it.
And I love you more.
Keto poop, keto pop, you are correct. The first number I see, 34.
You
For
guys are
guessing
so
your
sweet.
age.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have really blessed us immensely, and I can't thank you all enough for that. Truly, your support is invaluable to us.
Fam, she ages like fine wine. And clearly, she's gonna look like she's 30 when she's 50.
I look woke just because I like pink in my hair.
Nah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys my age because there's been a lot of guesses.
Her name is 91 because that's her birth year.
Yeah. I'm gonna be 34 in January on the 21st.
Someone said she's a lemon, mate. Even if she's a lemon, you know what I do with lemons? I eat them straight up, peel and all. I'm a savage. Oh, someone wants to see me.
There you are.
What's up, yo? Growing out my beard. All my scruffy. Oh, yeah.
I've been wanting to see what he'll look like if his beard is fully grown out. And it's coming in very nicely. Very handsome. And he's got big, sexy hair.
Hola. Ryan, if your pee-pee is burning, you should probably get that checked out, fam.
Yeah, that's not good. Much gangster.
No. If any... Order from chaos. No, because you sound like a victimized, begging Democrat. No, we're in a Democrat state that has ruined us financially. So we're literally forced to beg, essentially.
Mm-hmm. That's rough.
You know, I want to prove to them that I actually do bite and eat lemons whole. So when I can, I'm going to buy a lemon. 98 people. Welcome to the chat.
I'm going to be 34 in January. I am older than I look because I got baby face genetics from my mom. Unfortunately, a bunch of other health issues, but at least I inherited baby face from my mom, and I take care of my skin. I don't wear makeup. I have sensitive skin. I just use a washcloth to clean my face every morning. Gentle circles.
Before it goes away, big shout out to Wasp Shower again. Thank you for your donos. We really appreciate you. Man from the future, your thing is still going to stay up for another 15, 20 minutes still. You're a savage as well. Thank you again. We just wanted to say that before anything goes away. She does not look 14. If she did, I would look like a criminal.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I gotta run. I gotta go.
Well, he landed me because he was patient. For those of you who don't know our love story, I will give the quickest summation that I can. Years ago, 8 years ago specifically, I was doing YouTube. I was single. I had accepted my fate that it would just be me and whatever animals I adopt when I move out. And when I was content, I was doing these videos. My husband found the videos, liked my material, and he found out that we had mutual friends on Facebook. And he sent me a message complimenting me on my material and letting me know he does impressions and he likes to mess with scammers too. So if I'd ever be up for it, collaborating together to mess with scammers would be pretty cool.
Like, hey fam, thinking, you know, you do your live streams, scammers, you mess with them. I'm a streamer too. We should hang out, you know. We should collab. What is that? He said I could fix her. When I saw her back, I already knew I couldn't fix her. Try to wring her out like a freaking towel. It's not gonna work.
I just need the Hulk to treat me like he treated Loki in Avengers. Just slam me all over the place. But he found me on Facebook. We messaged. I prayed about it, and I agreed to meet up. Our first in-person interactions with each other is on camera while we're messing with scammers. We role played as a husband and wife. I was the angry wife. He was the inept husband. And we were messing with an IRS scammer. We said a bunch of retarded shit just to see how long we could keep them on the line, and it was great entertainment. And the way we played off of each other was not rehearsed.
Look at the frame it paused on.
Not the best of frames. But
Y'all want to see her back? I'll pull it up so that when you're done talking, I can show it.
Yeah. But we became fast friends. We shared everything with each other. We just really wanted to bare our souls to each other before I would be willing to try another relationship. And after a few weeks of comparing notes, we realized we're compatible. And we've known each other for 8 years now, and our 7th wedding anniversary is this upcoming March.
Mm-hmm.
You can find love online.
This is her back a week ago.
That is my actual spine. And no, I can't self-correct that posture just by stretching.
And you're right, I can't afford a lemon.
You see how far my hip bone juts out to the side?
That's what EBT's for.
That leg is smaller, or it's shorter than the other leg.
This side right here is what she's saying.
So I'm permanently tilted with arthritis, nerve damage, and scoliosis. It all adds up to me not having a good time if I don't have Mary Jane to comfort me. So if any of you are gonna be like, oh, don't smoke, it's bad for you, this is why I have to smoke. The pain is unbearable without medication to help me.
And it's actually progressing. I got another photo of
yeah, every year it's getting worse by about 3 degrees, which in scoliosis terms is a lot.
So this is the latest, and this was a year prior.
My back has gotten that much worse, where you can visibly notice by comparing the two.
And they still refuse to give, like, I just can't get over that, and I feel like I can't say that enough. They still refuse to give her disability.
They think
it's really shocking and astonishing that they think she doesn't need it because she's young looking and pretty enough.
Yeah. It's a huge nightmare, but I'm going to try one last time to get disability and use my latest x-rays as evidence. Prayers for that to actually succeed would be extremely appreciated right now. It's hard having to prove how sick and defective your body is to people who just look at you on the outside and think, oh, you don't look like you're in agony. Your skin looks healthy. You don't look like you're sick. That's why they call it invisible illness.
Much Gangster, he's like, oh my gosh, damn, you need a chiropractor. She had one, but he eventually got scared of messing with her back, and once he got wind that it was actually progressing and getting worse as well, he decided to say, okay, I'm I'm not comfortable working on your back anymore. I fear I'm gonna mess it up, and or it can cause permanent damage. Uh, just try doing the physical therapy exercises. That's all you can do besides pain management.
It's rough.
It's insane, dude.
My chat window is lagging, so I'm going to refresh it really quick.
There is no cure. The only cure that was optional uh, was them doing a very invasive surgery where they literally cut open her stomach from the front, remove all her organs, push them to the side, break her back, realign it, and put titanium rods in her back. But even if they were able to do that, even if she was able to make it through the physical pain and the physical therapy, all the uh, rehab that she would need to get through it, there's a extremely high chance she's gonna hurt just as much from the aches from
Hardware pain.
the hardware pain. And sadly, that means she was willing to do that, but even her doctor that uh, we're seeing eventually was saying, yeah, that'd be a last resort. And even like as your back is right now, uh, also because like she's so small, they're unconfident with doing it, with actually doing the procedure for her. So hopefully they can get her some. She had a surgery done not too long ago where they inserted nerve blocks. Is it still messing up?
Yeah, it's messing up again.
That sucks.
Okay, I'm back. What were we saying?
You're back. Disability.
Oh yeah.
We hope Trump makes it easy for her to actually get disability. We've just been praying on that the whole time, and it's just a matter of time at this point.
It's not showing me the chats. I'm not seeing them in the window. Should I
press this?
Okay. Almost. Okay, there we go. Technical difficulty, but we have it working again.
Well, funnily enough, even with all her medical records that are already with the federal government, because luckily Medicare, whichever one it is, that we're on, pays for just about everything for her. But even with that, them having all her information, they still demand that we give them information that they already have, which makes no sense. It's like, you already have all the information you need to gather for a case if she needs it, and clearly she needs it, yet they always try to find reasons why she doesn't need it. I mean, I get it, that's their job, but it really needs to be different, because we see people that don't need it and don't deserve it get it, but the people that do need it, like Annie or others that are even in worse condition for all we know, don't get it. It's backwards. But at this point, we pray. She has her pain management. We got each other, and we got you guys. So thank you guys for being a positive influence and helping her out. It really means a lot to us.
It truly does. I feel my heart warmed by you guys. And your sympathy for my back is helping me feel better about it. I just get so sick and tired of having to prove why I need medical cannabis to get through the day. If you've never had a back injury, I don't mean like a little sprain, but an injury, and you had to deal with that pain without pain management, that's basically what I have to live with every fucking day. I don't get an off day from my pain. I don't get to tell my arthritis, scoliosis, nerve damage, and improperly aligned pelvic bones to give me a break for today. You can resume torturing me tomorrow, but I need today off. I don't get to do that. If I don't have this, I feel the full brunt of being stabbed by hot butter knives up and down my whole spine, and it radiates up to my head. So before you want to judge me for smoking weed to manage my pain, try to imagine if you were living with the pain. Put yourself in my shoes as much as you're able. And hopefully it'll open your eyes to not be so judgmental of people that are in pain and doing the best they can to cope with it.
Oh, she has purple in her hair too.
Looks pretty
I
good.
kind of see it. It's like a dark.
Yeah, Stephen, we've.
Ignatius Vieira. Don't think of it as a shout out. I'm just talking to you. How do you think you could fix her? Huh? Are you trying to be? I can fix you.
Right.
I got you, little one.
That would be nice. At this point, if I find a genie in a bottle, I would use my first wish to fix my back. I feel like a totaled car with a bent frame, and it never stops. I appreciate your guys' kind words and your prayers.
Yo,
It means a
thank you,
lot to
Wasp
me.
Shower, for your third dono. That is awesome. He just donated another $5.
Thank you so much for your donation, Wasp Shower.
You the real one, man.
We really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. Staying weed is better than pills. Yeah, that's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried every opioid except fentanyl. I refuse to try that. The opioids all gave me upset stomach and a bad head change. Made me feel like something was wrong and I had to be ready to fight at any moment. Not a good feeling. So I don't do opioids. I do take a prescription NSAID. It's called diclofenac, and it's a lot like really strong ibuprofen, as far as I'm aware. I have to take that every day, and I also take a muscle relaxer because it's my muscles that are also in pain, not just the nerves that are connected to the muscles. Life is hard for me, but I'm able to keep going because I have the support that I need. And you guys are making a huge difference. Thank you.
Why don't you take a hit of that stuff?
I
Smoke that right there. Do it. Do it.
That's an interesting question, Anthony. If it didn't exist, what would I use? I'd probably use a lot more NSAIDs, a lot more ibuprofen, and some extra muscle relaxers. Um, those two give me help for a baseline help, and the cannabis just cinches the whole deal of removing my pain from me for a couple hours. Well, Anthony, it's impressive that you're able to handle that type of pain. Everyone has limitations and different strengths than others. And it's not cool to judge others for their shortcomings. You don't know if their copy of the video game of life was set on easy mode to start with or survival mode. Some of us were born on survival mode, all the odds stacked against us. And then those without any struggles or troubles in life, yeah, they're able to get ahead of us because they don't have anything holding them back and down. We got to fight to keep moving forward. And it's exhausting having to explain and defend ourselves to people that have never suffered the way we do. I try not to get angry with those people because you can't help it if you've never been through an event that gives you sympathy. But if you have been through an event and you judge others going through events, that's not helpful. That doesn't do any good in this world. And I encourage you not to do that.
Little Lars, I've heard of that where people have opioids and like it does something to them that makes them constipated and they can't poo. He was saying I was on opiates, gave him up a year ago. I couldn't poop.
Yeah, they
Maybe once a week at Jordan.
honestly, it gave me similar troubles. Not gonna lie. I had to buy women's uh, stool softeners, and I felt like an idiot having to take going to poop easier pills. But when you had abdominal surgery, you kind of have to deal with what you're dealt. And I had a total hysterectomy in 2016. For those of you who have not read the description, I have Turner's syndrome. Every woman is born with two X chromosomes, and men are born with an X chromosome and a Y chromosome. In Turner syndrome, pieces of this second X chromosome are missing from the genetic code. And unfortunately, my case directly affected reproduction. I was born with the parts to conceive and carry a baby, but those parts were non functional.
They were installed improperly.
Yeah,
You got the wrong updates.
my genetic issue was so severe, I didn't start puberty until I got on hormone pills to
Like,
supplement.
I mean, she's already talked about stool softeners, but let me go ahead and just say it like this. She literally developed later to the point. The reason I'm bringing this up is literally because you were just talking about stool softeners. So I think we're past the grounds of. I think we can talk about this.
Hmm.
A few years ago, she actually started. I'll just say developing.
Yeah, pretty much. Most girls start getting their boobs growing in around 10 to 12, I guess. Some develop a little earlier. I didn't start until I was 15, and I only started because I was put on estrogen replacement therapy because my ovaries were producing no estrogen. They tried different things, but those parts were never functioning and they were giving me unbearable pain. I felt like I was being kicked by a kickboxer every time the monthlies would come around. And I compared it to keeping a building that's burning down and it's never going to work, but you're keeping the building just because it's yours. It took me over 10 years of suffering to find a doctor who knew about Turner syndrome. He knew all about it. I didn't have to explain myself. And he understood with Turner syndrome women, it is extremely difficult to become pregnant in the first place. And it's even more difficult to carry a pregnancy to full term. Many women with Turner syndrome end up dying in childbirth or before because of genetic failings affecting the other organs that you need to live. And so after the second visit with this doctor, he he operated on me, gave me all those organs taken out. We did it C-section style, so I literally had my belly cut open and stitched back together. And ever since I had all that removed, my quality of life has gotten better. It's not fun to feel like you're kicked in the belly by a kickboxer. Um, what else was I gonna say? Um, oh yeah. So that's why I can't have kids, and that's why I don't react to people's comments regarding kids. It hurts. I'm dealing with baby fever, and my husband is too. We both are dying to be parents, but we're not financially able to handle that. And you have to be very financially stable for a long time to be able to foster and adopt a child. So I don't know if I'm ever actually going to become someone's mother. But I try to be motherly in the type of love I dish out to everybody.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Jordan. I wish someone would hit me in the gut to make me poop.
I understand feeling that desperate. I do. When I had the surgery, they didn't tell me that when, as a woman, you get your uterus removed, they have to attach your bladder to the abdominal wall in place of the uterus. I'll just say it felt like I was peeing razor blades every time I had to go to the bathroom. I would literally be crying just from having to take a piss. And that was without pushing, just letting gravity do its thing like the doctor instructed. Because when it empties, it was pulling on the stitches, holding it against the wall. I was on Percocet, and I still was not having a good time. Having to poop was even worse. My mom saw me in tears, almost screaming, but trying to be quiet to not freak everybody out. She saw me in great distress and asked me, "Is there anything I can do to help you with this? I hate seeing you hurt so much." And I was serious as a heart attack, and I said, "Give me a knife. I need to end this altogether." She did not give me a knife, but when I was free from the torment of having to poop after abdominal surgery, she made me some comforting tea and put on some funny sitcoms that we liked watching together. And she helped me get through it. Um, because of the Turner syndrome, I didn't start puberty till 15.
We don't speak Russian. I mean, we
No,
know we know very few words, but not enough to have a conversation.
no. But anyways, I didn't start growing my own chest until a couple of years ago.
So brand new chest I got to deal with. Oh yeah, I got to break it in.
I got mine 20 years later than all the others. And honestly, I still have to remind myself, oh yeah, I look more womanly now. Like I always wanted to.
Uh, oh yeah.
I would appreciate all the prayers for pain relief for me and healing for the emotional pain. A movie that got to me was Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Specifically, Wanda, the Scarlet Witch's character. Those of you who haven't seen it, she is portrayed as a super powerful witch.
Spoiler alert.
She's a super powerful witch who wanted these two boys because they were her sons. And she was tearing dimension after dimension apart, trying to find the variant of her boys that she could care for. And then at a certain point, the boys run back to the version of her that had those boys in the first place, but non magical, or at least it appeared that way. But what got to me was the Scarlet Witch's pure heartache and anger on her face. And then when Doctor Strange said, "Isn't it enough that these boys have a mother who loves them? Isn't it enough that they are safe?" She said, "No." And I felt that. So prayers for the baby fever to go away until we're financially stable would be really helpful.
In the meantime, we're hoping to be level footed with our bills so that we can get our boy a girlfriend. That way we can be grandparents.
Yeah, we have a leopard gecko, and his name is Sisu. He looks like a banana with black spots and some purple and white patterns on his tail. He's a really handsome little guy. And we call him our son because we pour our parental type of love into him. it works really well because the little guy sleeps during the day while we're away at work. So he doesn't even notice we're gone. And when we're home at the evening, he'll hear us making our typical, oh, mom and dad are home noises, getting our stuff settled and whatnot. And he'll peek his little head out to beg for bugs. It is the cutest thing. And if you've never owned a reptile, they give you a warm, fuzzy feeling when they look at you with want that they know you can give to them. And so our boy Sisu is, for all intents and purposes, our 2-year-old son. And I have videos of him uploaded on YouTube and TikTok. They're really cute. We're actually scheduled to do another bug day for him, and we're gonna live stream that. And for every so many likes, we'll throw him a bug. We'll have a realistic, healthy cap for how many bugs he can get. But it'll be interesting to see how quickly it takes for him to earn the likes to get the bugs. It's like mini Jurassic Park, watching him hunt for the mealworms and crickets. It's adorable. I really appreciate your guys' sympathy and your understanding, and for letting me know that you understand. It truly helps a lot to feel understood. You have a cat that might have worms? Oh, that's rough. I know heartworm medication is pricey. Yeah, my sympathy in having to handle that. Cars, cats and geckos. Yeah, we would love to have a cat, but we live in a fifth wheel trailer, so space is limited. And we don't want to bring on extra little lives to care for if we don't have adequate space for them to be happy. And our setup is perfect for our gecko, and that's it. But we love him and we're happy. He likes to come out to play a few times a week, but most of the time he'll look at me like, "Give Bug, mother. Where's Bug? Gib." And if I don't give him the wormy, he just stares at me. And I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park being stared down by a velociraptor. It's the cutest thing. Poop in the woods. Have you ever seen a bear shit in the woods? Or heard a tree fall in the woods? I'm happy to see that there's still a good chunk of you here. I want to hear from you guys about how life is going for you all. I'm really surprised at how slow DoorDash is.
Right. We are live, by the way, just letting you know. I'm
Yeah.
also doing this coming back.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here, Mar. I appreciate you letting me know your story so I feel more understood. And hopefully I was able to bring you comfort as well. You all mean a lot to me, and I appreciate you all. Even if you're just here for this one stream and you never pop onto my lives again, please know that I wish you well, and I'm praying for you to get through whatever you're going through that is causing you stress and pain. And I'll be praying that you'll have the support tools needed to get through what you're going through right now. I've been prayed for by many of you guys, and the prayers are working. And it's a beautiful, wonderful thing when people with open hurting hearts pray for each other. Jordan, glad your day's been pretty good. Steven, work has been shit. That sucks, man. I'll be praying that it gets better. Having a job that is shitty it's rough. Oh, little Lars, it's 2:49 a.m. Dang, so you're staying up late. I appreciate you staying here so late. I know I get the sleepies hitting hard around 10 or 11 lately. Thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. Oh, Amar, it's morning where you are. That's nice. The whole idea of a live streaming chat window connecting a bunch of people all over the world in one place at the same time, I try not to take that wonderment for granted, because 50 years ago, this kind of stuff was only in sci-fi movies. And it's pretty cool that we're living with some of the predicted uh, amenities that the people back then thought we'd have now. Oh, Jordan, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, I know if you hold your knees to your chest, gravity helps that way. I had to do it that method when I had my surgery recovery. Any other way, and I would tear something. I can't preach enough the importance of hugging your knees to your chest when you're having a hard time going. If you're not able to use your muscles to strain or anything, just hold your knees up to your chest and let gravity work. You're just messing with me. Well, you got me. Yeah, I catfish. Technology is pretty amazing when it works. Oh, Steven, it's a good job, but in the winter it's not the best. Oh, quick picks ups. We really appreciate that. And we'll be praying that it will be less awful for you in the winter time. I'm happy to see that there's still 12 of you guys here. I am amazed that I broke 110 viewers at once earlier today. It's pretty mind blowing, honestly. Well, thank you, little Lars, for hanging out with us so long. Blessings on Denmark and you. Praying you get good sleep so you'll be able to handle what tomorrow is in store for you, whatever it may be. Yeah, Jordan, that's the way I try to handle it too. I pray to Jesus about everything, and I feel peace being put into my heart the more I pray. And it's a priceless feeling. And I try to always remember I've survived worse, or things could be worse whenever I'm feeling weighed down by something bad that's happened or something I'm having to deal with. reminding myself I've had worse makes it a little bit easier to deal with it. At my sickest point with the celiac disease, I can't have gluten. Wheat, barley, and rye are poison to my body, basically. At my very worst, when I was not yet properly diagnosed, I was so damaged in my intestines and so malnourished that I was too weak to walk from the couch in the living room to the bathroom just a little bit down the hall without falling down. I had to have my mom help me keep balance in case I would fall. It's not fun to physically get that weakened and have bathroom troubles. That was the worst of it for me, as far as celiac related troubles go. And any other injuries, I just remember I had abdominal surgery and I survived that. I can get through whatever I'm having to deal with right now. I just have to be strong and be patient and do my part and trust God for the rest. Well, Dee, to be fully honest, I also pray to Jesus when I'm having trouble in the bathroom. I, I pray to him about everything that gives me trouble. That way I'm actively making myself let go of what's bugging me so that he can take care of it for me. It's not always an easy thing to get started, but once you get used to doing it, it makes a difference. I need more water. I want to know how the rest of you guys are doing. We're still just sitting here waiting for DoorDash orders to come in and nothing. I'm not sure if my chat window is just loading very slowly or if there really are no new comments, but the latest comment that I can see is from Jordan saying, LOL, what's going on? Okay, now I'm seeing others pop up. I've had technical difficulty a few times, and it's mildly annoying every time it happens. You're just waiting for the snow to hit, probably next week. Dang, that's gotta be something to prepare for. I have family that live where it snows, and having to shovel a walkway and a driveway just doesn't sound like a good time. I have respect for those that can handle that. Oh, in Brazil, that's pretty cool. What am I waiting on? We're waiting on DoorDash orders to go to my husband's phone. We have gotten some work today, but not as much as we would prefer. But it could be worse. What are we gonna eat tonight? Honestly, hadn't given that much thought.
What?
What we're gonna have for dinner tonight. Oh, I still have mashed potatoes.
You still have pizza.
Yeah, pizza and mashed potatoes. That's what I'm gonna
Dip
have.
your pizza in the mashed potatoes.
I've tried
Yeah, I
weirder.
wheezed. That's right. Don't record me coughing, damn it. I was trying to wheeze and be funny, and all of a sudden I have asthma. Asthma.
We both have asthma, and so when we get a coughing fit, it can be strong sometimes. But I think tonight I'm gonna have my leftover pizza. It's gluten-free DiGiorno pizza with added mushrooms, and it's wonderful deliciousness. Also, extra pepperoni added to it. And if I'm still hungry after I eat that, I have some really good mashed potatoes ready to go. So I got good food waiting for me at home. What have you guys had to eat so far today? Anything interesting or just a usual same meal? We try to keep snacks in the car so that I have access to eat at all times. I struggle with having a stomach condition where I don't feel hunger pains, not unless I've gone like over a day without eating. And so I have to literally take an appetite stimulant that they give to cancer patients so that they can eat after having chemo. And it helps. With that stimulant, I was able to put on weight and actually finish becoming a woman 20 years later. Those of you who are just joining, I am not trans. I have Turner syndrome, and some aspects of puberty started way later on in life for me. And it's funny. So I'm gonna say, I had a thought that I wanted to say, but I've lost it. Yeah, if it matters, it'll come back to me. Oh yeah, I remember now. So with this appetite stimulant, I am able to handle eating, but I need cannabis as the deal clincher to actually get me feeling hungry. I find that the stimulant helps my body utilize more of the food that I'm eating than if I didn't take that stimulant. So it's a helpful thing to have. And if you have no disorders with eating, be happy about that and treasure that. I'm not one of those that's anorexic because I think I'm fat. I look on the thin side, but I'm not really careful because pain and depression, a whole bunch of bad stuff in life caused me to restrict my food intake as a way of having control in my life. I spent too long dealing with it that way, and I have effectively killed the hunger in my body for food. So every day is a struggle, and I want to encourage any of you who are dealing with the trouble with eating. I'm praying for you that things will get better and that you'll be able to have the support you need to stay healthy or become healthy if you're already on an extreme bad end of the weight scale. Being super, super skinny is about as dangerous as being really, really overweight. Both are bad for your health in different ways, but the end result is still your body is unhealthy. It is not well cared for. And at my lowest point, I dropped down to 88 pounds. I am 5'1", just so that you have some perspective of how tiny I am. With a couple of years worth of effort, I am up to 104 pounds.
8.
Oh yeah, 8 pounds. And I'm trying to keep it there, but I really want to add a few more. And it's a process. I have to take it day by day. But if I'm able to do it, I want to encourage you who are struggling to keep doing it. And I'm praying for you. And those of you who don't have eating trouble, but you know someone that does, say a prayer for them whenever they cross your mind, because having an unhealthy relationship with food makes life very difficult. Hey, Global, good to see you. We have actually been able to find a lot more gluten-free desserts that were not available 5 years ago. It's been pretty awesome. I developed celiac disease when I was 23. Yeah, I was 23. So I've been living with it for over 10 years now. And just a couple months ago, I had my very first ice cream sandwich and waffle cone sundae. They tasted exactly how I remembered the normal ice creams tasting before celiac made me have to change my diet. And so the little kid in me is happy finding desserts that are safe, that were not available. And if any of you guys have any dietary issues, I'd like you to sound off in the comments so that we can all support and encourage each other. Scotland, that's pretty cool. Virginia. Yeah, Jordan, I feel for you. That reminds me of a funny bit in Supernatural. If you know Supernatural, you already understand. A favorite moment was when Dean got sapped by Cass to go travel. He wanted to force Dean to travel a second time. And Dean was like, last time you, what was it called? Last time you beamed me up, I couldn't poop for a week. We're driving. I thought that was pretty funny.
Now I'm thinking the trickster Dean with the fucking fake show.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
You're gonna eat that whole sandwich? I'ma try. Then the laugh track.
If you haven't seen the show Supernatural, give it a try. It's about these brothers that go across the country fighting monsters like ghouls, vampires, werewolves, uh, zombies, and a whole bunch of other monsters that you grow up hearing about. And it's pretty amazing. It's got amazing character development for the characters. And the way they have it written out and performed, it tugs at the heartstring for every emotion. They really know how to get you feeling what they're feeling. And I love it when a show is that well thought out and that carefully executed. It also will make you laugh hysterically because there's some comedic episodes that are great. What's the best ghost movie? Okay, first I gotta think of all the ones that I have seen.
Like, dog, that's very vague. You gotta make it more. Like, you know how many ghost movies there are? There's a lot.
Probably over 1,000,000. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's like asking me, what's the best zombie movie? I'm like, dog, that's. There's multiple answers to that.
Well, if I have to just pick one, and it being a ghost movie is the only criteria, I really like The Haunting. It's got Liam Neeson, and it's got, give me a second. This guy is doing a study on sleep issues, and he brings along a few of his patients to do an experiment where they go to this mansion and they have to spend the night. It's haunted. a lot of crazy stuff happens, and it kept my interest the whole time. it it's about a the guy does this study on sleep disorders, but really he's researching the paranormal, and he doesn't tell his patients that. And so when they start seeing things happen, it gets pretty chaotic. I enjoy it. Another movie about ghosts that I find really entertaining is I love Ghostbusters, honestly. Their comedy style is it's gold. Supernatural is a TV show. The Haunting is a movie. Oh, the Conjuring movie. I've seen most of them and I've enjoyed them all. My end goal is to have them all on Blu-ray. Doctor Who is also excellent. I became a Whovian the year that I had celiac. Because when you're stuck on the couch, TV tends to be the only means of mental escape. And all my friends had been talking about Doctor Who, and I figured I'm couch bound. I have nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. I'll give it a shot. And I instantly loved it. It's about an alien that travels through time and space to help other creatures, civilizations, and things survive events that would have destroyed them otherwise. And he looks human. I really love that show and I recommend it to you guys. I'm not sure which platform is having it available right now, but I bought the full DVD set and I love being able to watch it whenever I want to. I bought that DVD set like 2 years after the celiac diagnosis, and I actually had saved up a little birthday and Christmas money, and I wanted to have the episodes of Doctor Who wherever I go. And it's been a good purchase. Oh, Ghost with Patrick Swayze. I seen it. It was emotional. The whole premise of it is just so tragic, but beautiful. Yeah, the Bible does have a lot of stories involving the Holy Ghost. I know I'm praying to the Holy Ghost every day for help just living day to day in this body. We only get one body and one go around in life. And I spent too long neglecting mine out of anger and frustration with it for making me have so many limits that all of the other girls didn't have to deal with. But that doesn't cause healing. I had to learn to be kind to myself and try to treat my body the way I would want my friends to treat their own bodies. When you're a person who cares more about others than yourself, imagining how you would want those other people to handle it makes it easier to handle for yourself. It's funny the way stuff works out that way. Yeah, that scene with the pottery. There's been some funny parodies about it, but I did find it to be a touching scene. Trying to think of what else is good to recommend. If you haven't heard of the show Warehouse 13, it's a really good show about these secret agents who get reassigned to work in and around a gigantic warehouse in the middle of the Dakotas. And the warehouse stores historical artifacts that were actually imbued with power because of the emotional intensity of the event that they're associated with. One example of how these artifacts are is one of the episodes features a piece from the Titanic, a piece of the wood off of the bow or the stern, and you could use it as a weapon if you hold it flat side up and you blow across the top of it. That artifact makes your breath icy cold, just like the water that those who died suffered through. But you can also undo that by having the person hug that piece of wood. And there's different artifacts from different events that do different things. And it's these two agents' jobs to track down these items before ill intended people find those artifacts and misuse them. It's exciting, it's got drama, it's got humor. It's 5 seasons, and I recommend it. It's an easy watch if you like adventure stuff. Yeah, the Titanic, I cried when he slipped down to the depths. I'm like, that's that's what he gets? What the fuck? I remember being mad at the movie. But the acting is pretty amazing in it. Thank you, Decall. I really appreciate that. I've been praying for God to help me be a better version of me. And over time, it is getting easier. But it's all because of God's help that I'm able to be as kind and sweet as I am. He's filled me with the love of His Holy Spirit. And I just, if magic was real and Hogwarts were real, I would study to become a healer, honestly. I would work with animal remedies and plant remedies for healing things. Because I think that would be a very satisfactory type of way to live, helping others in ways others can't. And you guys allow me to be an outlet for that love and that care. And you send it right back to me in equal amounts, and I feel the love. You guys are priceless to me. And it means everything that you stick around and interact with me as kindly as you all do, sharing what you go through. I know for some it's easy, others it's not. I'm just happy to hear from you and know that you understand me, and I'm happy to let you know that I understand you too. We may not have the exact same sources for a certain type of pain, but pain is pain. And if everyone would try to comfort others from their pain instead of adding to it, this world would actually be a decent place. But we live in a world of selfishness. People are out for whatever will help them get ahead. All others that get trampled on in the process, be damned. It's all about them. And those people always end up dying alone. And it's sad. I used to laugh about it, but when I think about it truly, it's a tragic thing to choose to be such a nasty person that there's no one by your side when the Reaper comes to take you. And I just want to encourage any of you who are struggling, try to add kindness and softness to those around you who are hurting. They're already getting cut up and wounded by the world. You should try to help bandage their wounds as much as you're able to. And I'm just grateful that you guys care enough to pray, because I feel the help from that. Thank you, D-Call. I appreciate you being here. And I will be back on again tomorrow. Have I ever seen Braveheart? I did. I thought it was pretty epic. I remember seeing Mel Gibson do the rallying cry and thinking, yeah, that would make me want to ride into battle too. Very inspiring. What do I call a bunch of berries playing music? A jam session. I like that. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one before. Hey Kelly, good to see you. It's doing decently right now. And Mary Jane is helping it to stay that way. I've been streaming for about an hour and almost 36 minutes now. And it's been awesome. I've interacted with so many nice people. And it's really uplifting every time I encounter one of you nice people. Because I get my share of nasty ones that make sexual comments or questions. And that gives me the ick, full on. And so I don't answer those questions, nor do I answer questions about specific regions of my body that I always keep covered up. I really hate getting asked what color it is. And is it pink? I get sick of it. So I appreciate those of you who are not rude and gross like that. You help me to not think about the rude and gross ones as much. Why can't shoes talk?
You would think they would, since they like to run their mouth.
I'm gonna guess it has to do with because it's tongue tied, because the tongue of the shoe. Because they're tongue tied. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Hey, Sammy. Good to see you, man. I'm actually keeping up in real time with the comments, and it feels nice. I have been praying for you constantly, Sammy. Um, I don't. Have you had your procedure yet? Oh, you're having it tonight. Well, we will be praying that the surgery goes exactly how it's supposed to. With no hiccups or troubles. And I'm praying that I need water. I'm praying that recovery will be as quick and painless and proper as it can. Oh, Stephen, the partner, his wife gets killed in Lanark. That's pretty cool. I'd love to visit ancient ruins like that. Thank you, Kelly. I really appreciate that. We're dying to move out, but we literally are in a financial hole, and we can't move until we're out of that hole. But you guys have been praying and supporting me. I've had so many generous donors, and I'm starting to see a little bit of ray of hope that things will get better. It just would be nice if work was busier for us. We work DoorDash. I have medical issues that prevent me from doing any other work. Specifically, 4 separate issues affecting my spine that add up to me being one hurting unit. And my husband had his identity stolen and his working name ruined in our town. And the worst part is the identity thief got away with it. we were unable to find out who it was. We went to one of the places where that thief worked before, but he had quit the day before we showed up to ask about it. And they had no info to give us on how to find out who he was. He got away with it full on, and we're the ones suffering financial fallout from that. So prayers that that will not be such a factor anymore would be appreciated. Employers don't tend to hire people who have had their identity stolen and their working name ruined. If they know you've been a victim of identity theft, they're likely to just wave you off because that's complicated and there's less complicated applicants than that. And so his over 2,000 applications, no callbacks, and it's extremely stressful. So DoorDash is truly all we have, and I'm trying to pour myself into YouTube, and that's how we're trying to make a living. And we used to clear $200 a day every work day if we were willing to work up to 12 hours, but almost 200 was almost guaranteed. Now we're looking to break over 100 in a 12-hour shift. It's been really rough. Inflation has made everyone have to cut back on their spending. Ordering deliveries through DoorDash is including in said spending, which is understandable. And that means less orders for us to deliver, which means fewer orders coming into our system, even though we're parked and ready and waiting the same number of hours every day. And it's been rough, but I've had some really sweet donations, and it all adds up to help, and I'm immensely grateful.
Still crazy.
Even those of you who are just praying and saying nice things, it all adds up to me feeling supported and not alone. And I love you guys for that. I hope I can make you feel just as cared for and happy. Yeah, Kelly, it is ruthless here. There's too many people, both those who are legal and illegal, and they're all competing for the same type of job because it's much more lax if you're doing a delivery job than having to be in an office or a store where you're monitored constantly. And they're able to forge identities, make up driver names, work under them, collect some money. And that makes it harder for us to try to make a living. And so we're really praying and hoping that all the ones who broke the law to get here being kicked out will help the rest of us who do belong here and have been struggling the whole time. That help will go to us instead of these invaders. And I never thought life would be this difficult, but life has a way of surprising you in good and bad ways. And all we can do is try to roll with the punches and celebrate the victories. Yeah, you would think California is nice, but I live in the center of it in all four directions. It's dry, it's dusty, there's not a whole lot of pretty scenery, the air quality isn't good.
Talking about your cousin? All that matches.
But the air quality is bad here, and there's too many people. Driving around used to be kind of relaxing, but now he's got to be on full alert as usual. But I also help by acting as a secondary pair of eyes to glance every so often so that I can help, excuse me, so I can help let him know of anything that I see coming that he can't. So, too many people. It's dry. It's dusty. There's not much to look at. And the job situation is garbage. If you're thinking of moving to California to achieve the California dream, don't forget nightmares are also dreams. And we're living in one. And if we were to get enough money to move out, we would. But we have bills that are past due that we're not able to pay right now. So it's been really stressful. But your guys' support, both prayers, kind words, and donations, it helps. It helps soften the blow. And I hope I can make you all feel that relief too. What do you call a cow in an earthquake? A milkshake. I like that. That's a good one. Don't know that number. It's a Mexican's favorite outdoor sport. I don't know.
It's your stream. Were you like, are you getting a call now?
Yeah, I was.
How do you have my ringtone?
It's been a long day and we're tired. I don't know what a Mexican's favorite sport is, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. Hey, Christopher, good to see you here. Hope things are going well for you. Oh, thank you guys. I really appreciate that. My husband and I have been through a lot of tough things. Can you say hi, baby?
Hello. I wonder why people ask if I'm Indian. Dinga dinga. Ducka ducka. Hop up.
One of the reasons why we're such a great couple together is we kept no secrets or any important information from each other when we were getting to know each other as friends. We then used our notes on each other and compared them, and we found out they were extremely compatible. Same taste in most things, and it's easy when you're married to your best friend. And he was my best friend before we went out on a date, because I had been severely emotionally wounded by a previous breakup. And my husband was patient enough to wait until I said I'd be ready to start dating again. And all he asked was, could you please consider me as your first date when you start dating again? And that won me over. That was the moment I knew for sure I had a good one in front of me, and I gotta lock him in. We've known each other for 8 years now, and our 7th wedding anniversary is this upcoming March. So my best advice is marry your best friend. Get to know the person you're interested in as closely as friends as you can. And then compare the notes with them and see where you're similar, see where you're different. You can make an informed decision on if you want to try being romantic, if you just want to stay platonic, or if you can't handle any of that and you just dip. You'll have the information that you need to make that choice and not be surprised. And a lot of people don't take the time to do that. They try to get to know each other in a romantic context right away. But the problem with that is when you're on a romantic type of a situation, you're going to want to make yourself sound and appear as good as you possibly can. You're going to naturally embellish a few things, downplay some others. You're going to try harder to appear great. And in that, you lose the real that matters. And so get to know people as friends first. And then when you know them well enough, you can decide to date or not date or just part ways. Cross country. I should have guessed that one. I got a good one. Why isn't Mexico in the Olympics? I'll give you guys a moment to guess. Wow, your light's bright enough, asshole. Some dickhead pulled up behind us with their headlights on bright, and my side view mirror is directing it right at my face. Little annoyances like that happen all the time. So I'm getting better at handling it and not letting it get to me as much. But I have had my fill of being blunt. Okay, good, they turned it off. I was actually seeing a spot in my vision starting to expand because the bright light was messing up my vision. Now it's normalizing, but I still see a weird glowy green patch. Eyes are weird when you think about it, the whole science of it. I'm also struggling to see straight. So if I look like I'm struggling to read, I am struggling to read. But I'm trying and not just ignoring you guys. Yes, Trevor, the first half of my name is Anna. Annalise is my full first name. And 91 refers to my birth year. And Quinn came from loving the character in the Batman cartoons. She was an inspiration for me through some really rough stuff in my life. And so that's why my username is my real first name, fictional last name, and my birth year as the last detail. It's funny how many people overlook the birth year and want to guess my age still. I try not to judge. I just find it mildly amusing. Well, I can understand why you would think that, Trevor. I have been taking a lot of tender care to get my hair to grow and be as healthy as it can. So it looks damn near perfect, and I'm happy with it. So I can understand how my hair might look generated. And as for my face, I inherited my mom's baby face genes, and I have a gentle skincare routine of just using a washcloth, warm water, slow, gentle circles, rinse, and then lotion. No makeup, no cover up, no foundation, no powders, just face moisturizer with some SPF in there. And that's how I'm able to keep my skin looking as healthy as it is. I just wish there were products to fix my spine. But we get what we get, and it doesn't help to throw a fit. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I'm physically exhausted. We've been out working since 9:30, and it is already 6:39. And we've been out here this whole time trying to work, and it's been slow. So mentally we're not having the best of times, but we're hanging in there. And emotionally we're doing okay right now. You guys are a really kind distractor from everything, and your prayers are helping us have a little bit more peace of mind and peace in our hearts that we'll get through whatever life wants to throw at us, because we got each other and we have the Lord Jesus, and to help me cope with my body which has multiple issues that cause pain. Mary Jane. Portable medical cannabis. 3 puffs off of this can take me from being unable to walk, from my spine feeling like I'm being stabbed with hot butter knives in every joint and muscle, not just the joints, the muscles too. I go from being crippled and unable to walk, basically, to being able to walk enough to do basic human things. So, if any of you have had back injuries, you understand how crippling back pain can be. And if you've never had a back injury, be happy about that. They make a permanent negative change to your spine once it happens. I made my curve worse on accident on my 18th birthday by going sledding down an icy hill. We thought it would be fresh powdered, but we didn't realize it rained the night before we got to the snow. And I used a plastic disc to slide down this icy hill that I thought was soft snow. I hit a bump. I caught 2 feet vertical air, and when I landed on my butt, my entire spine hurt. It caused it to lightly get kinked in on itself a little bit more, just from the force of the landing. I had to have my mom and dad help me walk back to the car. My 18th birthday snow visit ended. And I had to be on mandatory bed rest for 2.5 weeks. I was in my senior year in high school, and I had finally gotten a 4.0 GPA, and I was stoked about that. Then bed rest happened, and I came back to school with a 2.7. It hurt. But my point is, injuries to your back do add up over time, and take care of your spine as much as you can. Oh. A Mexican's favorite. Mexicans are not in the Olympics because the best runners, jumpers, and swimmers are already here. Have you guys had any back injuries or have any back pain stories? And if not back injuries, if any of you got any kind of injury story with a recovery time, I'd like to read about it. And I'm sure others here would too. And yes, that's true. I try to thank him for every single good thing, like hot water, electricity, a roof over my head and walls on all 4 sides, a good bed to sleep on, a good man to sleep with. It's my husband.
Oh yeah, I'm that guy.
He's reclining because he has back troubles also. I have to sit upright for mine. And so we're just trying to relate to anybody going through anything and help bring some comfort into this world. The love of Jesus has been pouring out of me lately. Sadly, this is hard for me to talk about, so it's going to be really quick. I am unable to have my own children because I was born with improper parts. Some pieces were missing, and making and carrying a new life was out of the question. And I've had to live with that knowledge since age 15. I'm going to be 34 next month, and I still Every day I have to tell myself, it's okay that there's no kids. We couldn't afford to care for them now anyways. This is for the best. You can get through this. But when you have baby fever and no means to satisfy it, it's a heartache I do not wish any decent person to feel. So I would encourage those of you who like to ask people, oh, when are you going to have kids? And things like that. It's best not to ask. If they plan on having kids and telling people, they're going to tell you they're going to have kids. You never know if they may be childless because of medical reasons. And being asked that question could trigger a massive breakdown from pain. I would liken that type of pain to feeling a hole in the center of my chest, a black hole, taking all of my energy, all of my comfort, like a Dementor's kiss, but all going to the very center of my chest, right above my heart. And it's a deep, um, imploding type of a pain. And I have to just mentally scream for why I'm hurting, mentally let it all out, cry to God, focus on my breathing, rely on my husband to help me get through it. And I'm able to get through that pain, but it's not a pain I wish on anybody that's a good person. I only wish this kind of heartache on those who purposefully hurt children. So prayers for the baby fever to go away would be very helpful. Oh, I'm so very sorry for your losses. But I'm thankful that you shared them with us so that we can show you comfort and understanding. Pain like that is, you carry it forever. I am carrying the pain of missing quite a few people who have died over the years. I think of them every day, and I try to tell myself what they would likely tell me to do. Positive imagination. And it helps. But my pain will never be fully gone until the rapture. I'll get to see my loved ones who have passed on before me. And I'll get to meet all the other ones too. And it'll be the most beautiful day. And I'm hoping every day that today's the day. But we have to take each day as it happens. We have to continue on as if the world intends to keep spinning. Because though it is ending, it isn't ended yet. And you can't just stop beforehand. You have to keep doing all that you can. And I forgot where I was going with that. The one drawback of cannabis is it makes it harder for me to remember things. What was I going to say? I'm just thankful that you shared all your losses so that we can understand you. And you have my sympathy, and I'm praying for you. Lord Jesus really does make all the difference. And I just feel his love wanting to pour out of me when I'm deep in my grief. I feel a black hole imploding ache in the center of my chest. When I am relieved from the pain and I'm doing good, it almost feels like warmth radiating from my chest, and I just want to emotionally give everybody a hug and encouragement on how to handle what life throws at us. And I'm very thankful for you sharing your story. Yeah, the disabilities, those are hard to deal with.
Are we paused, man? What the fuck?
Sure seems like it.
No, we're live.
Mm.
What the hell? For real, we made more donations than we have with work.
Every dollar adds up. Whoa. You technically died 2 years ago and your blood sugar dropped to 32? My mom has diabetes, and when she was diagnosed, it was at an eye appointment, and the eye doctor noticed something off about my mom, and he had a blood glucose tester. Her count was 534. Really up there bad. And she's had to work hard to get her A1C under control. And it's in the good zone now, so she's happy about that. And she has a really good continuous glucose monitor and automatic pump. And it's helped her quality of life get better too. We're thankful for all the disability aids that we're able to have access to. Help us help. ICU for weeks. Oh, that's gotta be horrible. No help. Your retina reattached. Damn. Well, your testimony is amazing, man. You've gone through rougher stuff than me. But I can relate to a lot of the pain, and I appreciate you sharing it. I'm fortunate in that I never broken any bones. I only had to get stitches a couple of times. I have been in the hospital before. I had walking pneumonia really bad when I was 22. And I was stuck in there for 5 days. I remember wanting to go home after day 3. But that's nothing compared to how long you have had to stay in the ICU. So I can only understand a bit of it, but I hope you knowing that I can understand a bit of it helps take a bit of your pain away. Oh, those polluted baby carrots. Oh, those are horrible cases. Stephen, the normal range, if you haven't eaten, it should be around 80 to 100. But if your blood sugar starts going above 200, I believe, it starts to be a problem. I thankfully don't have diabetes, and I hope I never develop it. But I have sympathy for those who deal with it because of my mom and seeing what she had to go through. Oh, your poor niece. Wow. That's horribly sad. Sorry for all the losses that affect you and your niece. She graduated with 4.7. That is amazing. A teacher at 25. That is amazing. I imagine you're very proud of her. And Jordan, we don't want to make you sad. We're just trying to help each other feel comfort through the pain. True healing happens when people in pain come together to help comfort the others who are in pain. Pain shared is pain reduced. She has a home and a master. Wow, your niece is... It's incredible that she went through, and to see how she is doing now. That's a miracle. We unfortunately had a loss that affected Christmas Day for us as well. It's hard to talk about, so it's going to be quick. A couple of months before Matt and I were going to get married, it was Christmas Day. It was nighttime. His big brother's 9-month pregnant girlfriend, nephews and a son were all in one vehicle. And they were 1 block away from their house when a drunk teenager plowed into their car. He plowed into the driver's side. My husband's brother shielded his girlfriend as his last act while he was alive. He died at the scene, but he died protecting her. They did an emergency C-section on her, and God bless that little baby because she came out fine. No injuries, no complications. That little girl is going to be 7 this Christmas. And the part that hurts the most is his brother had sons, and this was going to be his first daughter. And he was excited to meet her. But a drunk teenager took that from him. So now I understand how Christmas can suck for people. But we got to keep going and doing what we can do and help others who are struggling to keep going. Yeah, it's just the nephews. One of them was left with permanent brain damage, and the kids that were hurt, they made a good recovery, but at the moment it was bad. And thankfully, the drunk teenager and his friend, they got caught, and they are serving time behind bars where they won't be able to run into anyone else's full family vehicle while out on a simple drive home. And we struggle to forgive that kid because he showed no true remorse at his hearing. Just a robotic, I have to say sorry so it might get me a parole sooner. Just a basic sorry. Sorry for killing a man with a wife, kids, and a first daughter. Just a week or 2 away from the due date. Life can change in an instant. And it's amazing how much one instant can change a life. We are blessed and we are thankful to have all the love and hope that we have. Thank you, I love. I really appreciate you. I wish you love and support also. And congratulations to your niece. That's incredible, all that she was able to accomplish after all that she went through. Hello, Jamba. We're not having a good work day. DoorDash has been very slow. And we've been out here since 9:30 in the morning. And it's now 7 o'clock at night. Out here for almost 10 hours. And we've gotten like, what, a dozen jobs? If that.
I think barely. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a very slow work day. And we're hoping that the last bits of our shift will have an order at least. But otherwise, we're hanging in there, just exhausted. My husband's laying on his back, relaxing. He developed mild but painful scoliosis after he got T-boned by another driver. The force of the impact made my husband's upper body shift to the right. So he has permanent scoliosis now that causes him a lot of pain. And so when orders are slow, he reclines like that and helps be a little more comfortable. My back is different because I have worse scoliosis and I don't have the natural arches in my back that people are supposed to have. If you look at my x-rays from the side view, my spine is straight up and down like a surfboard. So sitting and walking and just living, it comes with a lot of pain. But I have the help I need to get through the pain, and I'm happy for that help. And another blessing is this car that we have. The car seats in here are the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in. And it makes me able to be in a good mood here because I'm not in a position that adds strain. But I do still have to get out, walk a bit, do some stretching every now and then. The tricky thing with arthritis is if you don't move it, it's gonna hurt, but it hurts to move it. And when that's going on in your lower back and pelvic bones, it's not a good time. But the Lord has blessed me with access to medical cannabis, and it's been a life changer. I'm able to walk and be pleasant and not completely battered down and snippy because of pain. I'm able to be at peace and genuinely in a good mood for you guys. So I will always praise the wonder of God's best natural medicine. Oh, it's fentanyl. Damn. No one called for. Damn. How much room is needed for a seed to grow? As mushroom as possible. I like that, Global. That's a good one. I love dad jokes and dry humor. I was raised on the older generation of sitcoms and cartoons. Oh, I'm sad to hear that you're struggling with that, and I'll be praying for you that you'll be able to get one. We wouldn't be able to do our job without our car. And so we know the urgency of not having one. If we weren't financially in a hole ourselves, we would have loved to help you get one. But I'll be praying that you'll be able to get one. God works in mysterious ways, so I'm praying he'll work whatever way he wants to help make your life easier to handle. Can I creep walk? I can do the Walking Dead zombie shuffle where I drag one leg. And I just let my bad posture take over. I don't put full effort into moving my legs. I would be a damn good zombie extra, but I don't want to get involved in Holly weird. I think I might be a zombie for Halloween and see how many people I can scare. It would be fun. Well, Steven, I appreciate you being here and helping to mod everything. I hope that the rest of your night goes well and that your day goes better. I'm praying that your faith will be rewarded. People that have not had to struggle to pay bills don't know how rough it is. But at least we here and we understand each other. Oh, you were in the Hollywood business? What did your job entail, if I may ask? You're glad you chose today to get off for interview. You don't want to go cold turkey, and that can cause a lot of problems. Whenever I've had to switch antidepressants, I had to gradually lower the one I was on and then introduce the new one. Process is simple but annoying. You're in entertainment and modeling. Very successful. Wow. Like what kind of modeling? Like acting as a model or creating models? I want to not misunderstand. The only previous job experience I have was working as a store greeter for Yogurtland. My back was problematic back then, but not as bad as it is today. So I didn't last more than a year at that job. I gave it my best effort. I wanted to be a responsible young adult woman who has a job to pay her own bills and not relying on mom and dad to pay for everything. But my body made me quit. They had this dumb policy of not letting the store greeters have a chair to sit on. You had to be on your feet the whole time. And you only get a 10 or 15 minute break every 2 hours. My body was in agony when I had full days of work. I would be in pain that would make me snippy just an hour and a half in. But I had and still have good control over how I treat others, despite whatever I'm feeling in the moment. But it was agony. I remember a specific shift. It was like a few days before Christmas. And I had to work for 8 hours. And at the end of it, my feet felt like I was walking on upturned butter knives. I was teary-eyed from the pain, just trying to walk back to my minivan and then drive home and then walk from the van to in the house. My mother saw how hard I was working and she would give me foot rubs to help with the pain. which is very sweet. But that pain was too frequent for me to handle. And I had a doctor check me out, and they were able to give me temporary disability leave. Basically, I would be paid the maximum amount that I earned every month, and I have to renew it every 30 days, and I'll get $400 for it because that's how much I would make. Not many hours because of medical limits. And I did this stupid thing, and I eventually full on quit. I should have kept trying to get as many payments out of it as I could have, but that was 8 years ago, and I've learned a lot since then. And one of those things is the people that set rules for how long they're sitting and standing, they clearly never had to work under those conditions themselves. And I would pay to watch them have to follow their own rules and guidelines, see how they like it. But that was the last and only job that I had. And I was sad to have to leave because I had started to have a light friendship with my coworkers. I'd be happy to see certain ones, and the socializing helped distract me from some of the pain, but not all of it. And I was sad to go, but they all wished me well, and sometimes we'll stop by Yogurtland to get a sample, me and my husband. And I just remember, and
if we have cash tips.
Yeah, every time I walk by it, I think back and I tell myself, you did your best effort. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed of it. Don't judge yourself too harsh for your limits. You you're dealt certain cards and you have to learn how to play them. And try to play them as calmly as you can. And it's a lesson that it can take some time to really sink in. But I'm very thankful to fully understand that concept now. I'm catching up on comments. Tried runway modeling and in commercials and ads. That's pretty cool. Then you became disabled. And yeah, disability tends to do that. It takes away so much that the non-disabled just don't understand. Order from chaos. I'm not complaining. I'm sharing my pain so that those listening can understand that I understand their pain. I used to rant and rave, but this isn't ranting and raving. This is just being real about life. Too many people put on fake appearances, fake attitudes, fake personalities. I try to be 100% me, not anyone else. And I encourage everyone to try to do that. It's more fun to be yourself, to experiment with your creative side. Everyone needs to change up sometimes. So I would encourage you guys who have stuck to a really long routine, try and shake things up by adding something different. It could be something small like reading a book or taking walks outside. Any hobby that takes your attention and makes you happy. It would be a good idea to add one to your life if you have the time for one. My favorite hobby is smoking cannabis while feeding birds at the park. We get really good bird seed, not bread, because bread is actually bad for ducks and geese. And they love the seed that we bring. And so I'll be medicated, feeling chill, happy, feeding geese and ducks and laughing as they squabble with each other. And it's my peaceful escape. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that enjoys nature as a way to escape. I just get tired of the city air and the city environment. Stop being upset. Yeah. You just have to take the blows life gives us. Yeah. Yeah, loss is an excellent teacher if you pay attention to it. I've learned a lot over the years about pain, grief, and helping others going through it. Pain is its own language that people without pain, they don't understand it because it's a different language to them. And thinking of it like that has helped me be less upset when people prejudge me for smoking cannabis, saying I need to stop, it's bad for me. Smoking is why my life isn't going well. I make an effort
That's
to
so
not
dumb.
I make an effort to not return fire with fire, but water. And
Fun fact, Annie's the avatar. Water, the bong water. Air, her breathing in. Fire, the lighter. Earth, the weed.
Yeah.
Long ago, all 4 nations were peace and harmony. Until we ran out of weed.
Right. I love it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this conversation with you guys. Like, I know some people might think it's corny, but anytime I use any product or appliance, I take a moment and I think a lot of people don't have access to use these things, but I have free access whenever I want. Gotta appreciate that and not take it for granted. And hot water is one of the biggest things that I'm thankful for. With my back pain, I have to have warm to hot showers. Cold water makes me tense up and it makes me hurt more. And so I'm thankful to have hot water whenever I need it. And I'm always praying for those that don't have homes or vehicles to sleep in. I pray that they'll be able to find the help they need. We'd love to provide that help, but we need help ourselves too. And we just pray for them because that's all we can do. And I just really try to take nothing for granted. It's really easy to take things for granted. And I find it's work to not do that, but it's worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna be following your channel. Yeah, we can cry all day and be poor as me, but that doesn't fix things. Global. So the tomato asked the onion, "Are you okay?" He replied, "I don't want to taco about it. It's not your problem." And the cheese said, "Man, he was jalapeno business." I like that. That's a good one. Hey, Fasa, good to see you. You just woke up. I'm jealous. Oh, mine popped up? Well, that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that then. Anyone needing to hear about Jesus is going to hear a little bit from me at least. Because without Jesus, I wouldn't be breathing. I've had many events in my life that should have claimed my life. But Jesus said, no, you're going to continue living. This is not going to take you out. And I got through multiple events that should have killed me. And I have a deeper appreciation for his help, having gone through stuff like that, than I did when I was a kid. It's amazing how much you can learn and adjust to as you get older and start learning life lessons. I'm tired of olive oil. That is a good moisturizer for sure. You have a pet mongoose, he thinks he's a lizard. Aw. Mongooses are funny little guys. The way they run around it's adorable. That's true. Well, it was good to see you here. I hope that you have a good rest of your night and that tomorrow goes well for you. I will be following your channel as soon as I end this stream. You're like, Joe, you learn nothing. That's funny. With my pain management and my ADHD, I have a lot of brain fart moments like that. But if I just give myself a moment and I mentally backtrack to the latest thought I can remember, I'm able to mentally retrace my steps and remember what the point was that I was trying to get to. It's frustrating when I lose my train of thought in the middle of speaking. And I'm learning to not get upset about that and to just tell myself, I live with pain. The treatment for the pain makes you a little slow, but that's okay. Better to be slow but happy and helpful than to be in pain and sharp-witted. Yes, Global. That's very true. Order from Chaos. Tell your mongoose I said hello. I would love to have a mongoose as a pet. But we have a leopard gecko for now, and he's a good boy. I have videos of him eating on my YouTube and in my TikTok. He's pretty cute. I give shoutouts for $1. My husband and I are in a financial hole that we did not dig for ourselves. Other people's choices dug it for us. And so just as a simple little way to get help, I request $1 for me to do any shoutouts. And I request payment before I give the shoutout. Because I had people say they were going to donate a generous amount, an amount that I got excited over. So I would do the thing, but I'd never get paid. Got my hopes up for nothing, and I did extra work for nothing. And so I get wary of doing anything before being paid, because I've had too many not pay me. And $1 is a small amount that I figure most people can handle. A single dollar, you know. And it all adds up to help us be able to keep our bills paid. We earn so little money that we qualify for the full food stamp benefits. We work 5 to 6 days a week, spending 12 hours a day in our car doing DoorDash deliveries. But we made so little that we qualified for the max amount of food stamps. I'm grateful to have those food stamps because now I don't have to worry about having good gluten-free food to eat because of my celiac disease. But it's discouraging that that's how little we're earning despite being out all day every day, basically. And so that's another reason why I request $1. Every dollar adds up and it helps. Your stomach has some thoughts.
You're talking about food. Food. More.
That rumble was his belly. Oh, that's funny. Hope your night's going good, Fossa. We'll have to hang out soon on one of our off days after we finish chores and all that. With our work schedule, we have to dedicate one day a week to doing all cleaning and chores in the trailer, taking care of personal errands, and then when all that is done, whatever time we have left in that evening, that gets devoted to relaxing before going back to work the next day. So that's why I'm always in the car, and I always look at least a little tired. It's because I am. Yeah, Fossa, so you get it. It sucks. I have to do laundry, change the bed sheets, sweep the floor, set the couch. The laundry is the most annoying part to me, having to sort it and put it all away. I have a tendency of washing a bunch of clothes and then just putting them in a pile in our bedroom for me to deal with later because we have to go to work now. And that felt funny. But I'll have a mountain of freshly laundered clothing and bedding, and it'll just sit there for a while until I'm able to actually deal with it. I call it Mount Doom whenever it gets particularly out of hand. Because it feels like I am Frodo carrying the ring, trying to tackle Mount Clean laundry you should have dealt with the same day it was washed. But when you have a crazy work schedule, you gotta do what you gotta do when you can do it. Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're both starting to get hungry.
Just a wee bit water.
Yep. Someday we have high-tech bodies. If I could get a robotic spine replacement, I'm pretty sure that would take away a good chunk of the pain I live with. I see there's still 8 of you, or 5 of you here. I'm happy for you few who remain. I have the Galaxy S10e. It's a good phone. I'm very happy with it. What time is it now?
Want to guess?
Trying to think. Is it approaching 8 o'clock?
Almost.
My guess is 7:43.
7:30 exactly. Oh, 7:31.
Not that far off. But yeah, our phone picks up all the sounds. It's pretty funny. What are you guys doing? You few who are here. I want to hear from all of you. No one needs deliveries. Well, we've been live since 9:30. It is currently 7:30. And we've done less than 12. It's been very, very slow. There was a moment where it was a few of the orders back to back. But it's been a couple hours with no orders rolling in. So we're just sitting here, ready and waiting to work. And having you guys to talk to helps me and my husband find at least a little fun distraction from the boredom of waiting for work that isn't happening. But yeah, our work day has not been very successful. We're thankful for the orders that we did get, but we need a lot more. We've had some donations which were very generous, and it all adds up and helps. Damn, I haven't heard your stomach loud like that in a little while. It's funny. I can't wait to have my angelic form with a normal, healthy spine and legs that are the same length and pelvic bones that are not misaligned and tilted, and a gut that can process gluten, and a mind that doesn't overthink everything and feel a bunch of different types of mental, emotional pain. That day will be beautiful. Just tired of waiting for the rapture. I like to compare the rapture to a school situation. Life is boarding school. We all start off in boarding school, and then we know Dad is gonna show up with the van soon, but he's not gonna pick us all up and take us all home until we're all ready to go.
Oh, turn this around.
The rapture is literally waiting on the very last person who God knows will accept Jesus. And once that last believer is saved, we all get to go home. We all get to pile in the van and get away from the boarding school and let go of what we suffered there. And we can be happy because we're home with Dad. Thank you, Jordan. I like to try to be interesting if I can. Yeah, I'm hoping that YouTube will be regular earnings for me, because that will help supplement with the bills. I gotta start uploading actual videos though and monetizing those. So in the next few days, I'm gonna try and actually make and upload videos and not only be live. I'm gonna really try to pour myself into this because I've already gotten financial help from doing this and priceless emotional and mental support and prayer support from you guys. So it's all good to me, and you guys you're why I'm doing so well with this. You care, you're here, you pray for me, and you know that I pray for you. You guys are making life better for me, and I can't put a price on that. You all are friends to me. And I hope I can make you guys feel just as cared about and supported. YouTube and DoorDash, yeah. Yeah, YouTube and DoorDash are what we got. We occasionally pet sit locally, but all of our regular clients have had to cut back on family vacations, so we don't get to pet sit as much. But it does make the jobs that we do get all the more precious to us because there's not so many anymore. Gotta cherish the ones that we do get.
Oh my gosh, we're not getting anything now. What, I decline a freaking $2-3 order and they're like, you don't get anything now. I'm almost tempted to go freaking home.
Me too.
But I want to try to stick it out. We need the money.
Yeah.
I mean, those donos are freaking great. I was not expecting that. But,
it all helps.
It does.
It all adds up. And we feel very supported by all you guys in every way. Well, Nassim, I'm glad that I'm able to remind you of your grandmother. I've always had a love for people that could give off loving grandma vibes to people. And I find that vibe comforting. And if I can bring that vibe for you guys, then I'm happy to do that. Use my life experience and wisdom I've gained from said experience to try and help you get through what you're experiencing. The rapture is the moment where the Lord Jesus, all of us believers, all who have loved, believed in, and trusted in the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth as the only way to get to heaven, all of us living believers will be caught up in the sky in the clouds. And the ones who have believed, loved, and trusted in Jesus who have died, they will be raised from the dead, will all be in new, eternal, perfect bodies with no diseases, no ailments. And we're going to live the rest of eternity in heaven with each other and God the Father. I wish we could have a month-long window of time for preparing for the rapture, like, oh, it's going to happen in this month. It would be nice to know which month it would be so we could plan things out accordingly, but it's not our business to know. The Bible says even the Lord Jesus doesn't know the exact second God the Father's going to have the rapture happen. When it does, it'll be the best day ever. And I yearn for that day. Every day. And when every day ends without the rapture having happened, I'll just sigh and thank Him for getting me through another day and I ask for help to get through tomorrow morning and all that I'll have to deal with. And it helps. Perspective and a love and trust of the Lord Jesus really makes a difference. Thank you, Global. Oh, Fuss, you had a dream about that. It's cool but intense, I would imagine. Yeah, you just have to PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo me a single dollar and leave your name and your contact info in the note. And by contact info, I mean your cell phone number, your email, or both. I will use whichever contact you leave in the note for that $1 donation. I will use your contact info to get in touch with you directly outside of YouTube, and we can negotiate from there on. I ask for $1 to both help with our bills and also to have people show if they actually are interested and serious about making some purchases that would help us with our bills. Nassim, I don't know you, but I can tell you have a lot of pain and hate in your heart to just attack a stranger online who's trying to bring comfort and advice and help to those who are struggling. I will pray that you will have that hardness of your heart removed so that you can live as a person who other people want to be around. No one wants to be around people that attack other people for no reason. It's not the way to live. I encourage you to live differently. Now you've got to feel caught up in the air and your body transform. Damn, I would love to have that kind of dream instead of my typical we're on the run for our lives in different scenery type of dreams. In my dreams, I'm always on the run. And I'm having to pack up and grab what I need to take. I keep getting delayed, but something bad's gonna happen if I don't get out right away. It's not fun. Having nightmares and night terrors is not a fun thing. If any of you guys have experience with it, I would like to know. Because I've had some really horrible nightmares. And if any of you are open to talking about nightmares, I'd like to share them. But if you're not up to hearing it, then I won't bother. And I'll talk about something else with you guys. I want this to be a chill place where people are happy to hang out and comfort and encourage each other. And most of you are making that real, and I appreciate you all. Information about me and my life is written in the description of this. I get asked the same questions over and over, so I've written a little statement to answer all of them in one go. Your waist was snatched too. But you couldn't see your form. That does sound like an interesting dream, to say the least. Can't believe it's already 7:45. No orders. I have a link to my PayPal and Cash App in the description of this live stream. And I have my husband's Cash App and Venmo in a pinned comment at the bottom of the chat window. Again, just send me $1 with your name and your phone number, or your name and your email in the note. And I'll use that info you leave for me to get in touch with you outside of YouTube. And we can discuss specifics there. And the bright headlight jerk is back. My eyes are a little bit light sensitive, and so when people with really bright headlights shine it right on my side view mirror, it tends to actually hurt my eyes a little bit. I'm hoping they'll get moving soon. Oh, your dream was cut short like a cliffhanger. A lot of my dreams are that way too. It's frustrating. I try to continue it on the next night, but that never works. Answers to basic questions about me and my life are answered in the description. Just read it. Okay. Now I don't have to deal with my eyes being blinded. When does our shift end?
13 minutes.
Okay.
We have the option for the 8 to 9, but seeing how this one is, I understand if you want to go home.
Yeah, we need
Food.
to. Yeah.
Ooga.
Snacks are nice, but not actual full nutrition. Oh, thankfully, Global, our shift ends in less than 13 minutes. It has been a very slow day today. How are you guys doing tonight? Or this morning, depending on where you are. I want to hear how your day's going so far. If there's anything exciting, anything worth sharing. My day has been pretty much get up, have energy drink, go work, wait for orders, do orders, go home, eat, sleep, and then I get up the next morning and it's all the same. So I'm interested to hear if any of your guys' days are more interesting than mine or not. Oh, thank you, Fossa. We appreciate it. We're actually not in town. Yeah, where we live in Central California.
We try not to say the city, but we say the cities we're actually in, minus the one we live in.
Mm-hmm.
We're all the way in Porterville right now.
Yeah. And with that saying, where Porterville is quite a drive from where we live. And it's weird having a commute for doing delivery orders, but work in our town it's slowed down enough that we have to go to the next town over. It's frustrating, but it could be worse. And we try to be thankful that it's not worse. Oh, we got a refill of our foodies, thankfully. So we got some good stuff waiting at home. We made a gluten-free pizza. We bought DiGiorno gluten-free pizza and added pepperoni and mushrooms to it yesterday. I had one decent piece of it, and I'm going to try and have the rest tonight. You drained your battery on your car. Oh, that's no good.
We did that the other day.
Yeah.
While dashing. It all happened on camera.
It was...
We got stranded.
It was stressful, but we're okay now, and we have a new battery, so our car is running a little better than before the battery crapped out on us. And the funny thing was that we had only gotten that previous battery 1 year and 3 months ago, and their warranties are for 1 year. So it's kind of fitting that we replace it before a whole nother year is up. You fed your birds and cat, which might have worms. Oh, as in parasitic worms? Then that's not good. If you're talking about giving them worms to eat, like mealworms, then that's fun, watching the animals eat. Diatomaceous earth. I've heard about that. I don't remember exactly, but I know it's toxic. Like, we're not supposed to mess with it. Not too much, at least. But if it's your cat that might actually have worms, then that sucks. And I'll be praying that you'll be able to get rid of those worms. Food grade version. I've tried crickets. Oven baked, crunchy, dried out crickets.
You ever had earthworms?
It was different. If I didn't have other options, I could handle dried out baked crickets, but I never tried worms. And I refused to try snails.
These mashed potatoes taste a little dry and funny. What is it? Oh, that's actually crickets. What? What's wrong with this mashed potatoes? They're really flaky.
Our boy would love it. A bug mash.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm picturing a little bowl full of mashed up mealworms. And you place it in front of him like a little gentleman at a restaurant. Yeah, escargot. I have no interest in trying escargot. I won't hit on those who do have it. I just know for a fact I couldn't.
Oh, I will. You're dumb and you shouldn't have it. You want parasites? Because that's how you get parasites. Do you want ants? I should watch Archer.
That does sound fun.
One of these days. She just saw the pilot for the very first time. She saw the very first pilot of American Dad. So we might watch some of that later. Oh my gosh, look at all the moisture on the car windows. It looks like as if it's the scene from Titanic with the hand. When they're having sex in the car.
It's cold enough outside that it's just chilling in here with the windows up as the windows fucking. It just shows that this car is good at insulation. I gained some weight. I've been trying to and working on it. I appreciate that it's actually showing, and I'm looking healthier now. I'm 5'1" and I weigh 108 pounds. I am a small woman. I like to call myself a hobbit. During the daytime, pretty much, we work 12-hour days for DoorDash doing deliveries. because identity theft ruined my husband's working name, and we're still suffering the repercussions of it, and the thief hasn't been found. They got away with it. And I have physical disabilities that cause me pain that is incompatible with life, frankly, and I require constant cannabis access to mute that pain so I can actually be present and aware and friendly with people. Because if I'm stone sober, I'm in agony, stabbing and burning pain, like if you're getting stabbed with a red hot butter knife. Not one of the sharp-edged butter knives, a dull one. It's a pain that I don't wish on anyone who is a decent person. And cannabis helps me not feel that pain. And so I will always be happy to recommend cannabis for pain management over any opioids or things like that. Big Pharma's remedies always gave me bad side effects. But the cannabis, the worst it does to me is make me forgetful and slow. But I'm happy and friendly and in a good mood. And so the trade-off is worth it. The story of Elijah had been taken a bit. I think it does. It sure seems like it is a foreshadowing. Elijah didn't die. He just was escorted to heaven. And I'm excited to meet him someday. Even the places over here are not very busy.
I noticed that too. Like, look, Taco Bell looks deserted. Usually they're the busier ones, besides McDonald's, but we can't really see them a whole lot. And even right now, it doesn't even look that busy.
No. We're parked in a parking lot that is immediately next to a bunch of different stores, including a couple of fast food places and some sit-down restaurants. And so we park here in this parking lot near all those places so that we can be closer if any orders from those places come in. And we're just sitting here facing the street, and the other stores and places, they're not having as many people. And it's odd. The most action we see are vehicles just driving straight through. So I guess a lot of people are just at home taking care of stuff themselves. And yeah, cannabis is better than cigarettes. But I will admit, a couple hits from a cigarette paired with a few rips from a bong or a pen, that's extremely rapid pain relief. And it's crazy how breathing in smoke from something being burned can make you feel better or worse, depending on what it is.
Ooh. Ah. That's it, I'm not going. I was gonna say, please don't tell me you're doing that again.
That would be horrible.
I was like, oh no.
Gotta buckle up. We're going home.
My friend, it's going to be a long ride. Joseph, your husband's a fat loser. Says the one who has to type it on the other side of a phone screen. Because if he said it to my face, he'd probably be squirming and like twiddling his thumbs all scared and nervously.
Yeah.
Before running to his daddy. Boy, I could be your daddy, damn it. Tell you what.
Yeah, the story of Elijah is a beautiful one, and I think it is foreshadowing / uh, can't think of the right word that I want right now. I can't remember where I was going with that.
Right now, let me.
Oh well.
Let's get it cooking in here. That's funny.
That is.
Sweet home Alabama.
Well, Global Reset, I thank you for being here. I hope that you have a great rest of your evening and a great day tomorrow. Oh wow, Grand Zero, you're in Alabama. That's pretty cool.
You know what happened as you were on your phone?
What?
As you were doing your live stream, I saw an update on why that person shot and killed the CEO of the healthcare thing.
Yeah?
He had a fucked up spine. Specifically his lower neck, but I'm like, man, if we were a few states silver, no. If there weren't 12 states in between us, I'm just saying. Y'all want to stay with us until we get back to town? I'm trying my best not to say the actual town, and I'm glad I've actually
You're doing great.
not said it. Not one. Need a moment, let me tell you what you do to me. I get jealous when I'm scrolling through your Twitter feed. I got just what you need.
That's me.
I need a shot of you in the itty bitty titty committee who get the mini. Look at the city and go off your city. I'm serious. I'm trying to see what types of body energy.
Yeah, Jordan, that is an interesting question. Why Elijah got singled out for the gift of being taken to heaven and not having died and then be raised in heaven. I do wonder if it actually looked like a chariot that he rode out of earth and into heaven on. Because I've seen some depictions in like children's Bible books. And if it really was a chariot with a horse, that's pretty badass. No one else will be able to say, oh, I took a chariot and a horse to heaven. I didn't die like the rest of you.
You all said Elijah, right?
Yeah.
Took a chariot and a horse with Elijah Wood. You guys went with the elves. That's some pretty badass. I know what y'all talking about. I'm making jokes.
I love your jokes.
Oh my gosh. I am so done. Put a fork in me.
Read the Bible.
How caught up are you guys on your Bible lore?
Lore is a funny word.
I wonder how a priest or a father would look at you if you said. So I'm trying to get all my Bible lore in like chronological order. Can you help me out a bit? Lore? Wait, hold on. What?
I can picture the confusion. I would be taken off guard and then probably struggle not to laugh. It's funny and unexpected.
Now, rumor has it this guy died, right? Now he went to a cave, had a bender, and then woke up dead. But then came alive 3 days later. Next day, motherfucker woke up dead. That's joke.
Yeah.
How you wake up as...
Well, thank you guys. I've had a few people say I look like Anne Hathaway, and I I really appreciate the compliment.
She's very pretty. Mm-hmm. Anne Hathaway's alright too.
But it's funny that you mentioned the Anunnaki because we've been catching up on our lore.
Oh, I know all my lore.
And,
Look at that! A horsey!
oh! That must be fun. That dude was just riding his horse on the
You think
sidewalk.
black horses go, nigga, no! No. I say with a GA, I don't use hard R unless I'm upset. No. It's okay, I got the inward pass. I gave it to myself. Why? Because I got to, mister! Bing.
Yeah, I like what you have to say, Fossa. We've been seeing a lot of informational videos about the Anunnaki and ancient civilizations that were covered up because the proof of their existence counters the narrative of the whole world that all of secular science has adopted as fact.
Want to know something interesting? You know how there's been some... They're not going to be able to see me.
A little bit, we can.
Okay. Well, you know how they've never found the mythological city of... not the lost city of Atlantis. They actually know where it was and where some of the remains are. That's actually in Egypt. But they actually know where the lost city of El Dorado is. Fun fact, it's in the Grand Canyon at the most bottomest part. And it makes sense because, like, if you think about, like, the movie, they were throwing all their gold into the cyclone. And you remember where they're throwing it to? To the god that they worship as Shirbalba. All that gold went to one place. Anyway, all that gold collected into one place because it was meant to be a sacrificial thing because they thought it was to the gods or something. The lost city of gold is actually down there, and they closed it off limits to the public because if all that gold got out, it would disrupt and destroy the chain and value of gold, and it would disrupt the market as well because it's literally going to flood the market. And I 100% firmly believe that that's literally the city of gold, literally El Dorado in the Grand Canyon. I mean, they've even found cave paintings, and some people have actually found like almost like Aztec looking stuff, which that's what El Dorado was a depiction. I almost said dick pic. Depiction of. It was like some type of Aztec / Mayan descendants or ancestors. Anyway, I'm staring off topic a little bit. They found cave drawings stuff that resembled that in the Grand Canyon, and it's crazy to think that after like a certain year, I'm not exactly 100% sure the year they did it, but they closed off 1920, 1918. They closed it off because there was so much gold being found that gold was almost becoming useless. There was a huge abundant source of it before they were actually able to refine it all, and so that's why there was so much gold antiques from back in the day, because they melted it down, they made some things, and there's just so much we can go on. It's insane. There's so much we can go on about.
That's the truth. And the funny thing is, if you look at the picture of the Grand Canyon where it's the centerpiece and it's got a couple little pieces that seem to jut out like they're connected, that's because that was a sphinx. Those pieces that jut out were the paws and
She's exactly
the
right.
limbs.
There was a Sphinx. If you even just do a simple Google search, look up Sphinx in
Grand Canyon.
literally Grand Canyon. And there's literally side photos of it, and you can literally tell that, oh my gosh, that looks like it's actually this. And we're 100% sure. I'm convinced. I'm fully convinced.
And they actually destroyed the Sphinx to look the way it does, to help keep the truth hidden so they could spin their narrative.
Try to remain in power.
Yeah, because if people found out, oh, El Dorado is,
Then what else is?
what else is where?
You know, there's they're holed up in holes that are literally blocked off by giant multi-ton stones. There's a few of them that some people have caught on camera on like TikTok, where they found a big ass opening and they heard like loud noises. They assumed it was like some kind of giant being. Some of them didn't see anything, but all of a sudden the next day, giant ass, like what would you call it, like a pillar of stone,
Yeah.
was somehow leaning perfectly against it, like as if it was placed there blocking it. Obviously not by machinery, because you would see like track marks and stuff. They did not see any signs of that.
Yeah, we're convinced that they used some sort of magnetic powered device to move all the heavy big things.
Like vibrations.
There was this man, I can't remember his name right now, but he made this garden of giant hunks of coral that he carved into different things. And these slabs of coral were gigantic and extremely heavy. He only worked under the cover of night with as minimal lighting as possible, constantly on guard, quick to stop what he's doing if he thought someone was watching him. He was able to move these columns and arrange a coral statue garden. And we've been learning a bit more about magnets and the power of electromagnetic currents, and he was able to move those stone slabs by himself. He had no one there with him, and
there was no signs of tools or anything else being used.
The cuts were perfect, like impossibly perfect. And the pyramids, do you really think that those gigantic multi-ton stones could be moved by human slaves?
Especially when you consider that they were actually able to map how far away some of those huge obelisk stones were. Well, not specifically obelisk, but they were actually able to pinpoint, like, okay, this stone came from X region. Well, how'd they get that literally 400 ton or 4,000 ton giant block of a stone from 2,000 miles away to there? You're not going to tell me they had a pulley system of logs and rope, or they dragged it. There's absolutely no fucking way.
So we're sure they used some kind of magnetic device that would cause those gigantic bricks to be able to be pushed around like in a grocery cart.
If not magnetic, something that resonated some type of
anti-gravity frequency.
Yeah, I was gonna say something that resonated some type of frequency. Frequency.
Okay.
Frequency. Oh my.
It's the
Frequency.
It's the end of a long day, baby. Don't be hard on yourself.
Frequency. I used to have a stutter, and it comes back every now and then, and I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Frequency. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
My gosh, man.
But if you look up the coral gardens
Actually, I think it was
It's
on Ancient.
yeah, it was on Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, that's right.
Because to this day, they don't know how he did it, but we have theories, and we're certain those same techniques were used to make the pyramids and every other gigantic structure that realistically us humans wouldn't be able to create or move or modify, but they're perfect as if a machine printed it out. And that precision is, it's incredible because they showed that in the pyramids they are so closely and perfectly set that you can't slide a piece of paper through them.
I see Foss's comment. But I also saw the what season are we on? I believe we actually left off on season 5 before we stopped paying for Netflix. But
Sounds right.
I can't remember what season we're on, but I'm sure we wouldn't be upset if we watched it again. But yeah, Foss was like, "It's okay, man. I feel you, bro. Bro, damn near had a stroke." I almost did. I smell toast.
Oh, Carlos, I see your comment.
Do you want to stay here while I go in and look for some?
If you don't mind.
I don't know.
Thank you, baby. Love you.
Love
you. Alright. I'm gonna be on just for a minute or two longer. I'm pretty tired and we're exhausted. It's been a long day. I'm gonna eat my pizza and probably be asleep in a half hour, honestly. But I see your comment, Carlos, about horseback riding therapy. I would have loved to get that, but I don't have the money for horseback riding. But it would be cool. You can ask a question if it's not already answered in a list of frequently asked questions in the description for this live stream. I'm getting ready to close it up, and I want to give you guys a last moment to say goodnight and all that stuff. But I am gonna be leaving this stream in a little bit. Herbert, I think that the 1800s had technology that we don't have today, and they've done such a great job at covering it up that any depictions of high-tech anything in the 1800s was seen as pure science fiction, when for them it was reality, and their history got altered. And it makes me wonder how much has been altered by those in authority of controlling the narrative that everyone's taught to believe. But we actually got the free Hulu trial going on, so we're good on that. But I appreciate you guys being here. I love you all. I'm gonna leave now and get ready to eat and go to sleep. I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. Be good to each other.